everybody, Richard again here from Electric Classic Cars, and today's episode is all about the Lancia Fulvia. And where else are we going to bring a Lancia but a rally stage in November in Wales? So let's get into it before it starts raining. Right now, to give you some context as to where we are in the heart of rally country. This is Havering Forest, and 30 years ago, 1980s, 40 years ago. Right. So 40 years ago, me and Tim would probably be skiving off school right now, watching the Lombard RAC rally just fly through here, and there'll be pops and bangs reverberating around the valleys. All the Groupe B cars are Audi Quattros driven by David Llewellyn. 6R4s, Delta S4, Lancia Delta S4s, and all those awesome machines. And yeah, we used to follow it, didn't we?
We did.
Remember
and
that?
Then some years later we were doing it ourselves, not in cars quite as quick as that.
Yeah, we tried, didn't we?
But in the same forest, on the same road.
In fact, this very same position where we got the Lancia part was one of the starts to one of the stages.
That's
remember?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, all those years later, we actually started rallying ourselves. So let's have a chat about the Lancia itself. Now, I mentioned the Groupe B era because that's essentially what me and Tim, that's our era, if you like, and watching Lancia Delta S4 screaming through the forest. And I mean screaming because they had a turbo and a supercharger in, and the noise of those was just immense. But the heritage of Lancia as a successful rally team started way before that with this car, the Lancia Fulvia. In fact, even before the WRC, the World Rally Championship, was even in existence, this won I think it was called the International Rally Championship. And this won it in, I think, 1972. I have to check that date. Make sure they got that right. It was 72, yep. There we go. Wow, my memory is still
there. And the Monte Carlo in 72.
There you go. So this is the car that started Lancia on that success of like rally domination, if you like, for decades to come. But they didn't know that at the time, because after this came a car that literally came from outer space, the Lancia Stratos. I mean, back in when that was, launched, if you like, it just looked like, it was out of this world, a bit like the Lamborghini Countach. So after this was the Lancia Stratos, after that was the 037, and then after that was the Delta S4 monster, and then after that, even after Groupe B had, died, then the Lancia Integrale was like the dominant
Groupe
car.
A.
That was Groupe
A,
was it?
Yeah.
And I always wanted one of them. I still want one of them now. But it was this car that started it. So let's have a chat about the Lancia Fulvia in a bit more detail. Now, originally, this car had a 1.3 litre V4 engine in, and the angle of the V, if you like, was very narrow, so it actually only had a single head, which is quite unusual, because usually like a V8 is like there and you've got one head there, etc. But also it was tilted on its side to be able to fit underneath the bonnet. So you had a 1.3 litre V4 in there, coupled to a gearbox, front wheel drive. Suspension wise, I mean, I'd never seen suspension like this when this came into the workshop 2 or 3 years back when we actually converted it, but it had a single leaf spring that went all the way across. You ever seen cars like that before, a single leaf spring?
Not many, it's very rare, isn't it?
So it was a single leaf spring that went all the way across like that, disc brakes all the way around, front and back, and leaf springs on the rear. And it was a lovely car, and what I really love about this car, because I haven't seen it for a couple of years, is it's used, and that's what I love about what we do at Electric Classic Cars, converting classic cars to electric so they become so reliable that you just use them regularly, and this car has been used a lot, so I really like that. So let's talk a little bit about the conversion. Now, before I can even open up the bonnet, I'm going to have to do something which reminds me of our rallying heritage, Tim, and that's undoing this little strap here, because this would stop the bonnet from flying up if you went over a big bump or even worse, had a little bit of a hit at the front. You don't want that bonnet flying up and blocking the windscreen. So yeah, later on in our rally cars we had the bonnet pins, if you like.
Yeah, that's right.
But earlier on,
and on the boot,
yeah. But earlier on, and especially the minis and cars like that, they just had straps over the bonnet. So now I've undone that, I can get the bonnet up and have a look underneath. Right, so what have we got underneath here? We've got half the battery pack up front. Underneath there we've got a Hyper 9 motor, you can just about see it down there, and that's coupled to the original gearbox, so you're still changing gears, but as with any electric conversion that actually still uses a gearbox, you use those gears a lot less because you've got maximum torque from 0 RPM and all the way out to probably about 6,000 RPM, so you can start in second, maybe even third, and just change through the gears, you know, a lot less. Let's say I probably drove here in third gear all the way and second when I was on like really tight windy roads. So half the battery pack up here, we've got 40 kilowatt hour battery pack in the whole car, and then underneath here we've got the charger and some other electronics, and down there we've got the motor controller. So it's all kind of nice and compact and kind of simulates the weight of the original engine. Coolant system up there as well for the controller, 12 volt battery pack over there, and that's pretty much it in the front. So let's see in the back. Right, now in the boot we've still got a usable size boot, but some of it has been taken up obviously with the battery pack, so there to, where are we, oh, I'd say about that much in is the rear battery pack, but it's quite a deep boot, so still got plenty of luggage space in here. In fact, the customers left some bits and pieces in here. You've got a charge cable, a jack and other bits and pieces, so yeah, quite a practical luggage space, just not as big as the original obviously because the rear battery pack's in there. But what I'm really looking forward to is going for a spin. So time to get in the car, Tim, and get your pace notes out and let's go for a spin.
No, normally though with an Italian car, the first thing they design in an Italian car is the ashtray.
Yeah, you're right.
So where's that? There must be a really good ashtray.
Massive.
Yeah, look at that. See, they never let you down, the Italians, with the ashtray, do they?
No. But you couldn't get a better car to be driving around like twisty little roads like this than this.
Just so comfortable. I mean, it's handling really well, but it's soaking up all the bumps as well.
Yeah.
For a 70s car, I don't think I've ever been in a car of this age that the suspension is so sorted.
I'll let you into a secret there. We put new leaf springs on. So we took corner weights of the vehicle and took the original leaf springs off, which were a little bit tight anyway. And we went to a leaf spring manufacturer and said, look, this is the car, this is the corner weights, can you make some leaf springs? And once they figured out, we had a couple of emails going back, you've ordered 3, do you need 4? No, it's definitely 3. Are you sure? Yes, 3. So once we ordered those leaf springs, which were custom spring rates for this car, that is what I think helps with the handling of this now, because it's absolutely, as you say, it's nailed. I mean, as far as the handling, it's like it's on rails around the corner.
But this is a bumpy road we're on now. The road surface is pretty poor. It's as comfortable as a modern car.
Yep. And smooth and quiet.
Yeah.
With a bit of oomph as well, and good brakes. I mean, this is exactly why this is a really practical classic car you can drive and use every day.
Yeah, I'd quite fancy one of these, I think.
Haven't they?
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed driving this car today. It's been fantastic. You enjoyed it, Tim?
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really nice looking car, handles really well, really quiet inside as well.
It's a fantastic car. I was so surprised when I first drove this Lancia, and I know everybody out there says, oh, you need to have an Alfa Romeo in your life at some point if you're a true car enthusiast. Absolute rubbish. It's a Lancia that you need in your life, people, because these are fantastic cars. But question to all you Lancia fanboys out there, am I wrong in saying that these lights are further up because of regulation? They used to be at the same sort of light position as these inner lights here, but these ones are obviously further up, and I don't think that's a styling thing. I think it's because they need to be a certain height above the ground for like the British laws or the American laws or something. Am I wrong there? Have I just misheard that sometime in my past? But yeah, I can really see why these cars were so successful back in the day as far as rallying was concerned, because the handling characteristics of this car is fantastic. Question to you people out there though, what was your favourite rally car? because mine was a Delta S4 Lancia. It was just a bonkers concept, like, you know, as if a turbo's not powerful enough, let's stick a supercharger on there as well. And I love, you know, sideways thinking for engineering like that. So question to you guys out there, what was your favourite ever rally car? And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you on the next one.